Yo, got a bit of time. Just been hanging out, sampling off of various things, and got my trusty notebook to write down all of the saved um, programs. And yeah, I've been having fun, just getting kind of stuff up and working. Right now, we've got. I just saved this off, but little dulcimer. Not going to bother playing it or anything right now, but figured anybody wants to hang out, ask questions while I'm just recording stuff in, trying to tweak it, get it to sound halfway decent, but kind of go quick. Feel free. Got a draw organ off the QY70. Nice. Sounds pretty good. Don't have a tail on it, so I might want to re-record that. Because I've been finding if I don't have a tail, it gets into the sounding like there's a delay on it, and I don't want that. I thought I left white space there. It's doing its own thing. So we can dial in a loop point then. You can hear a clip, but we might be able to fade it enough. Sounds weird. Oh, didn't want to move that. Let's go. Let's turn it off. Problem is we can't zoom in more than this. Get it close enough, we might be able to do the warp like a tiny bit. I can still hear it. It's got like a little whoop on it, but it's fine. So let's save this. I'm just writing down in the notebook so I know what the heck I've got. So I can, when I go through mounting the over MTP, I can make sure I know what the name is. Detuned draw organ. Nice. Yeah, see, it's doing something where it is pulling it out. It's being a smarty pants. Maybe around there. Pretty close. I'll call it a day. All right, what do we got next here? 60s draw organ. Trying to be smart. Go smaller. Hey, B Jammin', what's up, man? Still getting ready for the mental preparedness for another DiBiase session. Yeah, I think I ordered mine within 30 minutes of it being announced going live. I tried getting on B&H and my credit card got wonky, so I ended up going through Perfect Circuit, and it took like a week, but it's fine. I'm digging it still. Sometimes you gotta wait for stuff sometimes. You don't need to... I'm saying as I ordered it right away, but you don't need to always get it right away, right? 60s. Organ. Ooh, I don't remember if I saved it. No, I didn't. Okay, good. I don't want to get all messed up here. 70s organ. See how that sounds different. Do you know how long you gotta wait? Hopefully it's not like... I mean, I've seen some people that are ordering right now are waiting like 10 weeks is what they're getting announced, that's a bummer. No date. Man. Well, they'll work out some more bugs. We'll get firmware 1.10 out, and it'll make this thing awesome. I don't think I'm gonna get much more close than that without like really looking at the waveform, but this is about as close as we can get without me spending forever doing this. 70s organ. I'm trying to see if I can get like a good 100 or so samples together here for the sampler even bar. Let's see what this is. Not that interesting. I do dig this though. 16 plus 12. Okay, this must be the inches. 16 and 2 inches and 2/3. Must be the actual organ settings. So I'll probably have a sample pack out for this thing. I'm doing this. I'm going to share these things. So when you get it, you'll have a nice surprise. Let's see if I can zoom in. It's so hard to see. Yeah. I'm going to live with it for now. 16 and 2 2/3. I can't even... maybe we can do... We can't do a bunch of symbols here, but 16 space 2 space 2. I can't do slash 2-3. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Yeah, I try my best, man. And thanks, cassette tape loops. I think the cassette tape loops in general are cool. and you must be a cool guy or person. I don't know. I'll be generic, just in case. Organ bar. I don't know if I'm digging this that much, but we'll record it. We're here. Whoa. All right, well, I should be able to find a good loop point here. That's pretty close. And here-ish. With this is one thing that's kind of tough with the just hard black and white to see. Well, I would love to see an auto sampler, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Turn that down a little. Good enough. What the heck was the name of this thing? Organ ba. Maybe it's organ bass. The fun part is I can make up whatever names I'd like. And only people watching this stream might know that they're coming off of, some of these are coming off the QY70. Yeah, I mean, I think we'll see some. I'm looking forward to the folks that are working on the drum kit splitters, so that you can download drum kits off OP1 Fun and split them up, so we can get them just automatically assigned to the keys on the OPXY here. Cheese organ. All right, that is kind of cheesy, but in like that late 90s, early 2000 kind of cheese. That's kind of awesomely bad. Yeah, sample chopping needs to come. I could almost live without it and do it on another device, but I would prefer to do it here. All right, I'm just gonna, this is just gonna be called cheese. And oh, I can live with cheese. Another draw organ. Skip. 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 I don't want stereo. Light organ. I like this one. It's a good one. It's a good organ to have and share. Rock organ. This one I might like at a higher pitch. Yeah, the Yamaha QI7 organizes pretty much everything by like sound group. So I've already done like a bunch of percussion, some like electronic pianos. I feel like I need some Rhodes stuff, but I haven't gotten there yet. This is going to loop terribly. That's not so bad. That's actually pretty good. Considering how it can be hit or miss for this. I'm not going to touch anything else, and we will save it. What's this? This is rock organ. All right. We're getting there. This thing's got like 500 and something programs on it. I can't pause. I'm not going to go through and do all of them. And I mean, as I said, I could do multi-sampling, but I just don't have it in me right now to learn how to do it. If they had an auto sampler, I'd probably just do that. But rotary organ's decent. Let's go higher again. I don't know how. That actually sounds quite good. You get lucky sometimes. All right. I'm not doing slow rotary and rotary, sorry. Fast rotary is actually I'm kind of digging this. Maybe I do want slow. Got fast. The problem is that the rotary effect changes based on the pitch you play at, which is both cool and kind of terrible. Because if you're going to play a chord, they're all out of sync, which isn't really the rotary organ effect you're going to get if you play a real rotary organ, but it's kind of like almost like that detuned thickness. Maybe I should keep it. We'll use the cheater fade. See if it sounds okay. I don't think you'll notice much on this one. Yeah. Does the pitch bar work? It does, and I'll show you in 1 second. We'll record in the slow rotary, and then I'll show you. That's another one. It's like really close. So when you do the pitch bend down here, you can set the range that you want. And I'll show you. Like it's right now, it's by default set to an octave range, and you can get a bit of variation with it. So you got to be consistent, but a little gentle with it. It's not really a good mod wheel. That said, though, if you go into like page 2, 3, or 2 or 3, you like this? No, just page 2. It says here, you might not be able to read it, but I just had an extended network issue. I've been streaming all day. Hey DiBiase, man, what's up? Just recording stuff and goofing around. If you want me to show you anything for any of you, let me know. But yeah, the pitch bend, you can use the light gray knob to adjust how many semitones from off all the way up to an octave. So if you want, you can go 1, 2, 4, 7, or an octave. So if you really only want to do a pitch bend for one semitone, you can get a lot more space on it and kind of mess with it. Let me save this. This seems like this one's pretty good too. We're up to 12. So we got like got a good set of organs here that I can share with folks. Yeah, if you guys are curious, on the live stream I did this morning for 3 hours, I was using the OP1 synced to the OPXY. So if you're really looking for how to do that, I mean, I could set some stuff up right now and do it if you guys really wanted to, but so I'm just kind of goofing around playing. I just figured I'd just record some stuff in. Yeah. We're back into... Oh, I'm in the wrong track. Sorry. Oh, man. Church organ sounds pretty good. Yeah, there's like a ton of stuff that I've learned that I definitely want to get as some videos on how to use the OP1 field with the OPXY. I don't know, do you have an OP1 Dibby, or do you not have one? Because if you do and you want to be able to record like cassette style loops and sequence, it's a really powerful combo. All right, I heard another pop. Wait, I don't have all night to be messing around. Well, if you got an OP1, you're gonna like the stream. You might, I don't know, bounce around, look for you. I should probably put time codes on it, but yeah, I did like a really slow, chilled out thing near the last third of the stream, maybe the last hour, last 40 minutes. And I don't know, it was like really fun just to have something slow kind of going. Also got like a bunch of questions, so just answering stuff, but whoops, wrong button. Can't do that from this menu. There we go. 13 is a church organ. All right. Well, since we got a bunch of people here, let me flip over. I'll show you a couple. I'll do the abridged OP1 field with the XY. I just gotta go grab it. So, a couple things to know. At least as far as I can tell, you can't get transport controls from the OP1 to the XY. So, well, Cassette Man, thanks for stopping by. Like, definitely hang out anytime, and feel free to ask any questions in comments or shoot me an email or whatever. I'm trying to do my best to answer folks. Hey, Steve, how's it going? All right, so besides this track here, I don't know what I have. It's probably still the chilled out beat I had going. We're not getting audio. Need to hook that up. Where did my... Oh, almost there. So, let's try again. Oh, I have an empty track, so I'm going to have to load up. I'll load up that other new shift user. I think it was this track. Or not. Well, important thing is you need to have the BPM the same. This is running at 82 BPM right now. So I got to slow this down. Now, these are not in sync right now. The tape is running. It's at a different section. So basically, you're just going to stop it. And I can, if I hit play, it's going to play from wherever the tape is. So it's going to stay out of sync. But if the tape is already playing and you hit play on the OPXY, it will lock it into sync. And I can hit play as much as I want to. So if I accidentally like stop it up here, I'm going to double tap play to get it in sync. But besides that, like it works really well. Switch over here. I got to I'll get the audio input coming. So I just had recorded a couple tracks here. Or yeah, I think it's just like 2 tracks. Just playing something kind of chill. We'll just get like just something like light going here. Just to have like a little bit going. I can, on the, if you guys don't have an OP1 field, like you can jump around your timeline and have it keep these loops going. You can hold shift, and while you're in the tape mode, you can go left or right. So if I wanted empty, I want empty loops, because I know out to the right I don't have anything. We've now gone into a space where I don't have anything running. And if I hold shift and like go over 2, I've now gone into what this is running for these loops. I think I was playing in A sharp minor or something, but Revenge of Shinobi, I have not played that game in forever. I don't know what I'm doing, so we'll just see what we got going here. This might have been an F, I can't remember. It was all of like 8 hours ago. So like again, like if I just wanted to bounce around, I can use my shift to mute tracks. So now we just have like the one kick and the snare. So you kind of drop something down like kind of quick. I don't know, like I've got something sounds like playing on track 4. I can mute that if I want. You do need to be careful though, because like if I'm in the tape mode and I hit in or out, like what I was showing before is like if I do out right now, I've now like shrunk this tape head really down, and I can't fix this now because I have everything muted. Like somebody in the audience is going to hear this, but to fix it, I basically have to come in, hit out, and then if I want to try and get this to play in time, I either have to hit play to get it to start again, or again, like as I was saying, like you can double tap it, and you're going to get like the audience will probably hear that. If you get good at it, you can do a double tap, or as I said, you can try and hit the play here. So I'll stop it and kind of just scrub it in the middle. Like if everything's muted, I can just hit play, and then it's really just going to hit the one play tap to get it in sync, which is easier to do and not have somebody hear it. I mean, I probably got it a little bit wrong there, but from here, while it's playing, again, I'm going to move back out to like where it's empty, but you can lift off of the tape, no problem. It will pick it up. So if you record something, I'll do it in a second. You'll be like, that was terrible. But so I'll just try and do like a simple drum pattern here. Let's do it on track 1. So I'm going to lift this off. There's nothing in it. Go back to track 1. Oh, track 1's muted. So you got to remember all these little things. So I got to unmute track 1. Now I can record. No, that was terrible. I need more drums down here or metronome. We'll put it back on just for a minute. All right, and get that off. So if I want to, like I've got like a foundation of something going for a track I can play to, I can pretty easily come into the arranger mode here, just like mute out the drums that I had, switch between the two if you want. I can come in for 2 here. 2's muted, so I'm gonna have to unmute it. Which, it's probably a little bit out of time, but again, like if you're trying to play live, you kind of get what you're... What did I do wrong? Oh, somehow I went outside the loop. I don't know what I tapped, but all right, we're back to, I'm going to have to try and play this in time or double tap. In this case, because we don't have any other percussion going, it's not that bad to just double tap it. I don't think most people are going to notice, but that'll at least get everything triggered and kind of going again. Oh, I must have taken loop mode off. All right, well, another try. Go to track 3. Oh, I'm hitting 3 and not 3 here. That's why I'm messing myself up. All right, back to find a synth. So, you know, you can just like noodle stuff in here real quick. If you like it, you can let it keep going. Bounce around. Track 4 is muted. Gotta unmute that. So you can kind of drop things in real quick, bounce back to the OPXY here. I want like to get some bass. What I would say, like if you want a nice transition, because like if I just hit mute on some of these, it can be a little bit jarring for somebody listening. That's like, where did that sound go? Like even like this tone that we've got on track 7, if I just mute it out, the OPXY tends to do a pretty good job on notes with it doesn't get the MIDI note anymore, so it kind of has that envelope to fade out. But these here on the OP1 just come like straight in, which can be a little bit jarring. So like what I would probably do if I was playing a performance is go into the mixer here and look at reducing them slowly. So you kind of get like that fade out effect instead of it just being that abrupt, like it's not playing anymore. However, this means if you do this, you got to remember when you come back, you may have muted a track and you may have actually just reduced the gain on it. So it can be from here, now you got to bounce here to be able to bring that back up. You now got to mute these two. Now you're back. You can bring it up. You might, I guess you can see it well enough through OBS. So I can bring it back up to 99 now. come back over. I could lift the 2 tracks if I wanted to empty them, or I can start doing like fun gating things, because if they're muted, when I press them, it's going to play it. So, like, those are the kind of things you can do. It's fun to like use some of the effects on the OP one. You can bring that in, punch those in and out if you want. I don't know. If you guys have any questions, happy to try and show you some other things. But I think this is kind of the crash course on what I figured out for this working together. If you guys haven't played around, you can add new patterns super fast. So if I want to come back to here where I've got the bass playing, I just tap new, or you can copy it, but I just did new. So I've just dumped out a brand new pattern. I can go back to the bass pattern, but if I want to record something new, I just dumped it. I can just start playing something. That's not great. So if I don't like this, record and stop, and you hold it, you'll see the red line go across. If you let it finish, it just erases whatever's there. You can also record a lot of stuff into the aux space. So if I wanted to record some punch-in effects, I can record these in. So I just dropped a little bit for the end here for any melody and for drums. So it's like melody side for punch-in and drums on this side. It's quite like the OPZ. If I'm like, hey, I kind of want that just once in a while, I just need to switch over by tapping the arranger view. I can see I've got a couple notes here. I don't think you can see on OBS, but if I want an empty one, just tap new. I've now got like something brand new where I can go play with it. So again, like I can keep juggling between these two and have kind of 2 different styles of recording stuff, which I think is pretty fun and allows you to a little bit more room to make some mistakes here, recover from it, and hop back over. I was playing with doing some fun stuff, but if you do any of the tape effects, a lot of them will not stay in time. So like I can switch over to reverse. The problem is I now am going to have a hard time when I let go getting it to go back in time, because as soon as I let go, it's just going to be wherever it is. And hey Sai, how you doing, man? I'm good. Most importantly for today, my mom went in for hip surgery and she came out, she's fine. The doctor said she did great. She's back at home. My sister's over there visiting. But yeah, for the reverse here, man, you do it and it's like a really cool effect, but this is where you got to know if you're going to do it, you're probably going to want to let go and then tap play to get yourself back at the start again. That's where understanding some of the mechanics between the two, I think, is going to be important. Couple other things that you absolutely want to know, because it's really nice and handy to be able to increase the amount of bars that you've got. And because I got 2 bars up here, it's very easy to get your bars out of sync between the OPXY and the OP1. And I actually think you can actually get your bars out of sync on just even inside the OPXY by increasing your bars. I don't know that one of them's a bug, but there's one that definitely is, and I'll show you here. Let's go just record something. Try and record something that's halfway decent. So I've got this 1 bar. Let's say I want to turn this into a 2-bar loop. What you do is you hold down the 1 through 4 and you hit plus or minus. Plus is going to add bars up to 4, minus is going to shrink it down. if I add a second bar while the OP1F is in the second bar, your bar 1 is going to line up with bar 2 on the OP1 field, and bar 2 on the XY is going to line up with the first bar on the OP1 field. It gets worse if you have like a 4-bar loop up here and a 4-bar loop down here, because you can have like one lined up with like 2, 3, or 4. So what I've found is if you're going to extend your bars, you want to make sure you do it while you're in the first bar of the OP1 field, or you're going to start losing your mind because your stuff's just going to be out of sync, or when you end a session and you want to record it later, everything's just going to be off by different amounts of bars. Super annoying, but I also understand kind of like why that's the way it works. But if I come here and while I'm in the first bar, I just added a second bar, so we don't have anything playing. So now I can record over this. Oh, that was a bum note. Get rid of that one. That one's probably not very good either. Probably not on the right scale. Anyway, I don't care. Watch this. So you're going to see like I have these notes here. If I decide I want to shrink this back down to 1 bar, which like isn't really, it's extending out becomes the problem, shrinking down's less of the problem, but I'm still going to shrink it down while we're on the first bar. You're going to see, in this case, it's just playing the second bar. If I go empty this out, I'm going to try and do something to make it a little bit more obvious. Actually, I'm not going to record it. I'm just going to play these. If I go and then extend this out to 2 bars, and then we'll play this on the every other note. Whoa. It's messing with me. That doesn't belong there. Okay, we're almost there. It's this one. Okay. Watch what happens when I shrink this back down. And watch, it's not gonna... Yeah. Okay. So we have 8 lights up here. Half of them are not playing, and this can get really confusing. The reason why they're not playing is because they're on bar 2, not on 1. But you're seeing them here because it's folded the whole thing down, and I'm hoping Teenage Engineering can address this, because it gets really confusing. And like if I take this note out and then play something here, you'll see it's now playing. So like I can kind of, if I wanted it to actually double up, I can kind of fix it by double tapping them. But it's very easy to end up with ghost notes in here. It'll stretch back out if you go back to 2 bars, but since I deleted them, it's not going to do it now. But if I go, like if I was like, I want them back over here, you'll see. It's empty now, but like if I come in and remove these and put them back, just gonna do it like every... So here, I'm just trying to show you. So if I shrink this back down, wait for the bar 1 just to keep it sane, we get the problem. But if I come back in and set it back, it goes back. So it definitely isn't, you're not losing any of the sequence data. It just looks weird as it folds it down. Cool things. We'll just empty it. We'll kill this and I'll move it back down to 1 bar. The arpeggiator is post whatever notes you have recorded. So unlike the MPC, when you record in a chord, or you play a chord and then you're on the arpeggiator, it records all of those notes from the arpeggiator into the timeline on the MPC. There's some interesting stuff you can do here with the arpeggiator. So I'll just take this chord. We'll make it play the whole way through. So if I turn on the arpeggiator, it's now going to play that arpeggiator as an effect. So if I actually know what I want, and you can have the arpeggiator on each track, so So like I can have it on temporarily because I want it to arpeggiate. And then if I wanted to switch back to chords, I can put in and have chords here. Let's get this one. So I can, like, you can have like your chord play. We'll shorten that. So you can like really, I don't know, I think there's just like some cool or surprising performance things you can do here that to kind of keep things interesting and moving without, as long as you're kind of planning ahead. And I know I just said like a million things, so if anybody has questions, I'll stop for a minute and see and just kind of noodle around, but I don't know. This thing's, it's definitely cool with what you can do with it. Yeah, so I haven't even touched the OP1 field in a bit here, but again, kind of like come in, do fun stuff. We'll get rid of some of that. I don't think you do lazy chop. You do the most convoluted and difficult way is what I figured out, which is basically you just keep loading the same sample up, and then you just have to adjust the start and end points. That's the only way I've been able to figure out how to do it so far. You do that, or get something like the P6, chop on this, and then just record in each sample. It does a pretty good job of sampling in like each note and getting the right start and end point. So I think I'm going to use this, but for now. But I expect that they're going to have some sort of chopping, like the OPY or whatever. So right now it's kind of like on the move. You can play a loop into it, and you can do the lazy chop style where you just kind of keep knocking on each pad. So even though you end up with one loop, it has all those markers in it. You got to go do the work on the OPXY right now for chopping, at least as far as I've seen. I had a couple people tell me that there's some YouTube videos showing how to do lazy chopping on the OPXY, but I haven't figured it out yet, so I haven't seen it. If somebody has seen it, definitely send me a link. I'd love to see what people are doing, but yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Sai, you get a question. Have you tried triggering MIDI from XY to the MPC, specifically Brain? Yeah, man. I'm not going to do the MPC because, well, it's sitting sideways like a tower, tower of power. But check this out. Let's go mute some of this stuff first. Just we don't have like a ton of stuff going. All right. So I'll just use the OP1 field as the example here, because I've got the MIDI. It's all MIDI'd up over USB. So if I go to COM, Shift COM, go to MIDI. My MIDI channel is currently 16 over here, and notes I got to turn in on. So with that, I can come in, and a thing you want to know is if you want to load a MIDI track on here, that you're not going to find them by, like if I go to this last page or last track, if you do Shift and, whoop, I just muted it. That's not what I meant to do. If you do Shift, didn't also mean to play it, Shift 8. If you look here, you're not going to end up seeing, this is ordered by instrument type or category, but sorry, well, anyway, whether you do by category or instrument type, you're not going to see over here, if you use Shift and the track to get in, you're just not going to see it. The way that you have to get to your MIDI instrument is you have to do Shift and then 1, and then over here, then you'll find it. It says external. And if you use an external instrument, it will use the brain to pitch things up and down. So I'm going to switch over. As I said, I'm on channel 16 up here. So you can see I'm now controlling the OP1 field. I can, I'll just start, I'll just play. Just get something that has like a little bit more of a beat to play to. I mean, like, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. If I go to aux here, it doesn't know what the heck I just played, which is fine, but of course now it's not doing it. I did have this working on the P6 and some other stuff. Why is it not working? Do I need to actually tell it? I swear I had this working earlier yesterday. What am I doing wrong? Because definitely if you go use the MIDI track that's in the aux section, this one does not pitch shift with the brain. The only thing I can think of that's different is I was using the TRS cable, but we don't have that on the OP1 field. I was actually expecting this pitching to work. So let me see. Do I have something else? I can give it a try. Hopefully we don't crash here. I am so certain I had this working on the P6. Sorry. This is the problem I forgot about. It's doing audio over this, so we're making a feedback loop that is no good. I don't know if I can do this. I had this no, I don't want audio. Well, I do want audio out, but I need to do TRS. Okay, I'm just disconnecting these. Apologies for the feedback loop. All right, we got audio here. And I need one more TRS cable. Where am I going to find one? Need some help on a sample on your SP404 Mark II, and it clips at the sample even if I lower the volume. You're going to have to resample. If you got clipping in it, it's like baked into your audio, and unfortunately you have to resample, but so you're not being a pain. Nothing to be sorry about, man. I am trying to just show some of this stuff off. I know people are interested. We're not getting this cable. Also might be dead. Where am I going to find another? I got cables everywhere, and I don't have the right ones I need. It's a problem. Okay, audio. And I guess I don't need audio going to... All right, I'm going to disconnect the OP's XY. Just go MIDI out and switch it over for the time being. There we go. All right, I'll put this up here. Clean up some cables here that are going all over the place. Let's see if this works, because I could have sworn this did work when I did this the other day. And I got to get off of this pattern because it has other notes playing. Yeah, if you're going to sample on the SP404 Mark II, the problem with it is they leave headroom for the effects. So I usually just tell folks, if you need more volume, because your record level, like you can probably hit about negative 6 dB. Sometimes you can get away with negative 3 dB on the SP404 Mark II. Use the isolator, just turn it on and put everything equal at like 6 dB for low, mid, high, or 12 dB or something. You can gain it a bit more and make it a bit louder. You just have to remember to turn it on between every single recording that you do, because if you don't, it's going to turn it off. So after you do a record or a resample, it just turns it off, which is a little bit of a bummer. But all right, let's see if the brain works here. Let's see if my brain works here. I swear this worked. I might need to start over and program in something other than auto. Let's go with C. All right. I dig the XY. There's just a handful of things that it needs to learn how to do. Chopping is one. All right, we're going back to the brain. Yeah, here we go. It's working now. So if you guys can hear it, it's working. As I said, it won't do it if you use the MIDI track here. So if you go here and play stuff, let me see, channel 4, I think is what I have. What the heck? I don't know why it's doing this. I was expecting it to do some drums here. Maybe there's a miscommunication between these. Let's mute that. Oh, mute this. Let's go back over. It's like the crummy version. Oh, we're on granular. I need MIDI channel 11. That's what I need. Granular is confusing me. Okay. Yeah, okay. Just need to go down. So, if I do this, if I put this note down, and I'm just playing the sample mode and hit play, if I go to the brain, it won't pitch this. It's basically like a drum kit is the best way I can kind of say. So like drum kits are not affected by the brain for pitching the notes up and down. They are, the bass and melody are, but it does look like you have to be in manual mode for it to know what to do with those external tracks, like what I had on track 8 that's playing to the A channel. So if I go back and unmute this, it will start playing that again. Let me read back because I saw a few more questions here. Yeah, as DiBiase said, like it is worth normalizing afterwards. So just depends on like how you want to do it and all that fun stuff. I always my thing with getting in the habit of normalization is it's not always great, because if you have like a drum kit, for example, you're gonna have, let's say you just got kick, snare, and hat. If you normalize your kick, snare, and hat, your kick's gonna gain maybe like another 3 to 6 dB. That hat's gonna gain like 20 to 40 dB audio increase, and it's gonna be blasting you in the ears. So like what I usually try and do is think about, I try and mix to the kick, or like do gain staging to the kick, and then kind of record the rest of a drum kit around whatever I did to get the sound of the drum up higher, because otherwise you're just going to get like your snares and your hats are going to be way too loud, and then you're going to be having to reduce the volume on them afterwards. It can get like it can be a lot of work. I know I've done like plenty of videos on this stuff, so and there's a lot of different ways to go do it. So I mean, just try what works for you, but I'm just letting you know, be aware. Do I play music, keyboard or piano? I do not. I'm trying to force myself to actually be more scale conscious, I will say. I mean, I know what like scales are, circle of fifths and all that, but I'm usually like, I'm more used to programming in a DAW for when I'm doing like melody or bass. And I will say, super nice feature of the OPXY with the Brain is this is kind of a cheat code here. Like you just get like a quick little keyboard. Let me see if I can zoom in better so you can see it. Maybe that helps. You can see here, you can see like the dots where things go. So if I want to change the scale, like if I want to switch over to D sharp Lydian, I just have a quick cheat sheet now that I can kind of bounce to and be like, oh, okay. So I'm usually pretty good at memorizing where things land, but I can't read sheet music. I'm totally fine like trying to use like Scalar 2 or something, or Melodyne or whatever to pull something apart and figure out what the notes are and work with them after. But like I don't have like the ear trained for what is a proper note. That said, my daughter is an excellent piano player, and she can sheet read music and play it, but if you ask her to kind of riff on something or play it, like she has no... I haven't like seen her do that. I've been trying to get her into using the MPC a bit, but we'll see. Well, man, like playing at 0K, I think with like all good things, right? It's not about like trying to get everything now. Like just like plan out for it. Like if that's what you want, it's like save up for it. I've been collecting music gear for a little over 20 years, 25 years now, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I'm aging myself, but you know, I know people sometimes are like, oh, you have like so much cool stuff, and a lot of it's just things that it's just taken me that long to get, and I've just kind of things that I've gravitated to. I've been like, I'm gonna keep that, but I'll be honest, like, I mean, from time to time, I will entertain this device has that sound or whatever, but by and large, I'd say that's a lot of just people chasing dragons, and it becomes an excuse to just not sit down and make music. So, you know, like I got an Akai S950 over here. I know some people love the sound of that. They're like, oh, it's 12-bit or whatever, but you can get amazing sounds out of this goofy little Roland P6. This thing's, for the price and what it has in it, is awesome. You know, I've made things that are just as compelling and interesting for sounds on this silly, you know, I paid $80 for the PO33. So, man, I wouldn't, as a musician, as an artist, use your ear. Just like take like what you like and go for it. And by and large, a lot of these devices these days are pretty transparent and neutral for sound. So, like, I don't always buy the argument that any of these things necessarily sound better than the other. And if you really look at it from the vantage point of when the gear was being created, it's always been trying to be more accurate and sound more neutral and transparent by and large. So it's been kind of a new trend to try and get like a sound, as I scare quote it. But yeah, like there's just like so many different ways to get sounds, and they all like end up coming together as kind of how you approach it as an artist, how you put it together, and like what decisions you make to keep or not use things, you know, use it or don't use it. It goes from get good samples, have good signal chains, like some decent effects. You can get like really cool sounds on anything, and you can make them all sound pretty similar if you want. But I mean, this is pretty cool. I still think, for me, right now, I prefer the MPC just because I know it so well. And I know I've done a million videos on the SP404 Mark II, so I feel like I'm faster on those two devices, but I'm figuring this thing out pretty quick. It's pretty good, and if you haven't, check out the OPZ. I mean, this thing's the OPXY just does more, but it's not like insanely more, other than just how much storage it's got. Let's see what else. So BJamin, are you saying you can chop similar to the Move, but it only records the whole track to each key? So you're saying like it gets the sample on each key, but you can go through? I could probably... I'd be up for trying that. We don't need to keep playing this thing here. Right. Let's wipe this track out. Or this one. What do I have? I know where I can get some drums. Alright. We're going to say goodbye to the P6. And I'm hoping BJamin's going to explain a little bit better what he's talking about. But I'm willing to give it a try. We got that. I promise no more feedback loops. I'm not going to do it. All right. Let us see. No. It's not this one. Okay, it is this one. I'm just losing my mind. All right. I want to see this work. I'm going to guess how I think it should work and embarrass myself probably. All right. Drum track. Let's unmute it. Go to record so we can see we got this. I know we got the next buttons here. So maybe, is it you just start recording? I'm going to have to hold this down, right? What do we end up with? Yeah, see, this is where I get the one track. I can see the file name of it, but this is where I get stuck is I got to load this every single time. And now I got to go adjust, start, well, not pitch, but I got to go adjust start and endpoint. And this is a pain to roll back. And then if I want it over here, I got to come shift this pad and scroll down here, grab it. I've now, what the heck did I, well, that's clearly something different. I don't know what that was from something I was sampling the other day. It said 12. Where the heck did it go? I don't know, man. It's not, there's so many of these things. These are just all the latest samples I was just recording. Where did it put the drums? All right, this is an area where I'm off the rails. Somebody call the cops. All right, let's try again. Because this has to be possible, and I probably just need to watch a video of it. I think this is where I get hung up, is I've recorded this. And I don't know how to copy it in here, and I don't know how to keep it moving to record. Try again. There's got to be something I'm missing. Yeah, this isn't changing it. Not the way I do it. Sounds really tinny, too. Just kind of weird. I mean, I could almost see doing it that way, but you're definitely getting gaps. Whereas, honestly, as I said, I probably would take and record that into the P6 and just use Chop, but yeah. Hey man, the MPC is awesome, so it doesn't bother me any. Use what you got. Use what you got and make some cool music and have fun doing it. Yeah, I mean, this is where like, I don't know why this is so long. So, yeah, sure, I could come in and do it this way, but it's kind of terrible. Well, anyway, I'm going to drop for now. Didn't mean to go for quite so long, but everybody, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good,